Hey everybody, welcome to this second episode of Kaiju School. I'm Shane Wilson and I'm joined as always by the King Kong to my Godzilla, Brian Tan.
Hey-o! How's it going, everybody?
This week, Brian saw the release of the long-anticipated and much hyped Godzilla Versus Kong. Had a monster opening week. Godzilla Versus Kong, I don't even have the box office numbers because I don't care about them. And every outlet that's reported on this monster opening weekend has also had to use the caveat since the pandemic started, because this is the first real big blockbuster that we've seen released in theaters since the world has started to, get vaccinated, and since things have started to open up a little bit more and restrictions are starting to relax. So of course, it's going to be a big movie. We'll try to make quick work of this. Brian,
as quick as we can, because Shane is a little hot.
We can talk briefly about the original Godzilla versus King Kong, which I think is far superior for a number of reasons.
Sadly enough, I didn't get much of a chance to watch it, but I do remember watching it as a kid. And while it's a little bit hammy,
yeah, I mean that's
it's still fun,
right? Yeah, it's a good time. It's super hammy and super campy and all of the things that you want out of your big monster movie, right? I mean, my beef with Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 is ultimately the same beef that I have with a lot of these kinds of movies, and it's the premise of your movie is ridiculous. You don't have to treat it so seriously. I don't need freaking Stranger Things and Coach Taylor and Paperboy running around looking disgruntled. I need
Fire Fist.
Right. I just need it. So, okay, plot holes and issues aside, right? Mm-hmm. Because we could spend a lot of time talking about how they had to drill to the literal center of the earth to find the power for Mechagodzilla, and then they were able to download it over Wi-Fi. We could...
because that's how Wi-Fi works.
Right. We could talk about how it took them the entire movie to find a way to get to the hollow earth, and then Godzilla breathed on the ground for like 30 seconds and had a hole there.
It took us all movie to get here. Godzilla gets us here in like that.
We could talk about how Mechagodzilla was defeated because someone spilled some whiskey on a keyboard.
That's not how electricity works.
But ultimately, man, I just felt let down over and over and over and over again.
Oh, well, what really gets me
were fine, and you can talk about
fights
your
were really
beef.
Good. Yeah, well, here's my beef. All of these movies, the people that were important in the previous movie are completely ignored.
Yeah.
Obviously from Kong Skull Island to now, this is a time jump. So,
yeah.
All right, that's cool. I get that, because you figure Kong takes place just after the World War II,
mm-hmm.
and this movie takes place modern day.
Yeah.
So no one's alive from then.
Right.
So all right, but like Stranger Things was like such a central figure in King of Monsters,
one. Right?
And in this one,
and her father too was
and her father
deal.
too. Yeah, now they're just like here, like she's got. I mean, she's more of a supporting character at this point, and her dad is like a cameo. But
I mean, the people. There's been a lot made about how the human stories are never like that interesting or that compelling, and here the human storylines are just completely sidelined altogether. They really don't matter at all.
Yeah, I mean, the only aspect of the human storyline that works, it's more of an evil corporation.
Yeah.
Side of things, and your stereotypical megalomaniacal psycho trope.
This is, I think, a major issue in American studio versions of these movies, because in the Toho version of Godzilla vs. Kong, you get exactly what you're promised, right? You get Godzilla versus Kong. Sometimes some other people show up and join the fight or whatever, but like they don't try to hide a big twist from you, right?
We only Godzilla versus Kong for like a minute.
Well,
in a 2-hour movie, we Godzilla versus Kong.
They
had
had two significant fights, and honest to God, and we can debate this if you want to. Godzilla wiped the floor with Kong basically both times.
See, this is what makes me mad about it. Okay, I'm a huge proponent. I'm Team Kong.
Yeah.
Okay, I have always been Team Kong. Kong is a character that you never... I think the only time we've ever seen Kong fully used as an actual character one time, and that was in the 70s version, where we got to see more of his emotion, how he can actually be an emotionally
Peter Jackson
driven.
gave you some of that too.
Peter Jackson gave you a little, but he was still sort of painted as just a big dumb ape. In this film, we actually get Kong as a real fleshed out character, but it still misses. It doesn't miss the mark nearly as much as it used to, but I would have liked a little bit more. They did a good job in Kong Skull Island. They continued it relatively well in this, but then it's like, all right, you're building him, and then now he's fighting Godzilla outside of his element, and yeah, he gets his ass beat. He gets a couple of good shots in.
He does, for sure.
But
without the humans running interference and distracting Godzilla, I feel like he would have just been wiped up.
He would have, and I mean, and I kind of like that because it shows how much of a threat that Godzilla is to him.
Well,
and they even say that they're hiding him from Godzilla.
Well, I think that I think that the assumption that Kong is even anywhere near that level that he can like hold his own in a fight one-on-one with Godzilla is absurd, mostly just because of the character designs that we've gotten here.
Yeah, that
Godzilla
kinda,
is so big, and Kong, I mean, I know they grew him up some for this, and they made them like similar in size, but I had an issue with some of the scaling stuff too, because it felt to me like sometimes Godzilla was so big, like he was as tall as skyscrapers in Hong Kong, and then sometimes he could stand on a boat. And
yeah, that was pretty inconsistent.
The two of them could stand on a boat together.
There's no way two of them are standing on a boat together. No way.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, I wanted to be mad at it because I felt like he was being disrespected in his fight against Godzilla. However, Kong is still young compared to Godzilla, so it sort of does fit that Godzilla is still the king of the monsters.
Right.
Kong is growing into his own. But I do like the fact that he was able to give Godzilla a fight when they were on land, and he's able to move around.
So here are a couple of times in this movie that I audibly out loud said dumb.
Okay. I can't wait. I want to see if they coincide.
Was when they were, the kids found Mechagodzilla, and they were like, that's some kind of Robo-Godzilla. And the other kid was like, no, that's Mechagodzilla.
Dumb.
And the reason that's dumb is because he says it like it's a known thing, and in this universe, Mechagodzilla doesn't exist.
No,
that's total fan service.
It really was,
and it
Fire
was stupid.
Fist gets a fail on that one.
Yeah, it was real stupid. The second time I said dumb was that stupid axe. The fact that the axe was a key and like unlocked this energy source was so stupid.
The only thing I liked about the axe is that it was made from the spines of Godzilla. And
right.
That it could absorb. I liked that aspect of it. I didn't like
cool.
that. I didn't like that either. You know where I screamed dumb? Oh, this has enough firepower to light up Las Vegas. If it's that powerful, it should have blown a hole in Kong's chest. It should not have been a defibrillator.
Yeah. How did you feel about the Hollow Earth stuff?
I like the idea of there being a world in the center of the earth. I think that's kind of cool because it makes sense that there's another world where these prehistoric monsters that we only see in fossils still exist. I like that. I even like the idea of why it's next to impossible for man to get there, because for something like that, if there was a way to get there, man is going to strip mine it and destroy it, and the earth is just going to be gone.
I feel like the pandemic has ruined movies for me because all I've done for the last 12 months is watch movies. and we're really starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel. And so I get excited when something like Godzilla Versus Kong comes out because it's new content, right? Mm-hmm. And then this one just didn't work for me. I didn't like the Mechagodzilla design. I felt like the Mechagodzilla fight was so...
I like the fact, but see, here's the thing about the Mechagodzilla fight. I like the fact that Godzilla was able to sort of overwhelm Kong, but I especially like the fact that Godzilla could not beat Mechagodzilla without Kong, because, I mean, it's kind of like that. Like, there could be a fighter that you can handle, but then you come up against a dude.
Well, Mechagodzilla is designed specifically to fight Godzilla.
Right, but it wasn't designed. And I love the fact that they used Ghidorah's skull.
Yeah.
to power. I like
which is cool.
that.
I like that too. I like that too.
You know, I think the problem is that when things got dumb, it got so dumb that it ruined the movie experience.
That was really it,
I was getting so angry at the disrespect of Kong.
Yeah. Now I will say I will give this film some credit. Like some of the visuals were remarkable.
Kong freewheeling around Hong Kong was beautiful.
I mean, Hong Kong, like, it looked so cool on screen. Now, I don't want to talk too much about how just thousands and thousands of people died in that fight, and we didn't care at all.
One of my things was, why the hell is anyone even still here? If you have an early warning system that lets you know when Godzilla is on the move, why the hell ain't y'all leave? I love Kong, but I'll tell you one thing. They could have given Kong a better butt.
A better butt?
Yeah, his butt looked way too small for his proportionate body.
When he was, like, taking a shower?
Yeah, and when he was just, like, walking and they're getting these shots of Kong from the back, it's like, them butt cheeks got to be stronger than that.
This is a really interesting revelation that you spent this much time looking at Kong's butt in this movie.
It was there! You know what? I have to admit, I'm mad because I'm losing my own butt, so now I'm judging butts everywhere.
I'll say this for... I like the Godzilla design in the 2014 Godzilla, but Godzilla been steady putting on weight. Like
Godzilla is packing on some pounds.
Chonky.
You have gained, 50 pounds of fat.
Mass.
Fat.
Muscle.
Let's be clear, fat.
It's fat.
Frank?
This is a chimichanga.
You are becoming a chimichanga.
He's thick though, for sure.
Godzilla does have some gerdonkerdonk. He has some junk in the trunk for sure.
All right, well that is we don't want to belabor the point. I was not a fan.
Yeah, I could have. I feel very let down.
Yeah,
I feel very let down. I was really excited for this film. I was ready to become, pro kaiju, and this film sort of slapped me in the face.
That's going to do it for Kaiju School. We will be back with more Kaiju School when we feel like it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Bye.
Later. Kane.